I don't think there's a woman on earth that will escape the road to beautiful. It's a long journey, and each decade of a woman's life brings something new to the table of beautiful for her. What a beautiful place this is. I come here every morning with Desi. You know, I always heard that if you want something bad enough, you can have it, and I never believed that. But I do now. I always enjoyed my pretty gazebos, but this is in the middle of the forest. Everybody, thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi today. I love it that you do that, and I hope you had a good week. I had a phenomenal week. I love my new city, and if it's the last thing I ever do, I want to bring you into my city. I want you to meet the people. I want you to see the streets. I feel so lucky that I got to live out here in a small town. I never knew what it would be like. I thought I would hate it, but I love it, and I want to bring it to you so badly. And thank you so much for allowing me to do this. I had such a beautiful week last week. It was the 4th of July, and I had a lovely date. And we went to my son's restaurant, and his restaurant is right on the river, and everybody could see the fireworks from the deck. And so we were out on the deck, and we had the sweetest waitress. My son wasn't there, but my oldest grandson was there, and he's the manager there at night. And it was so wonderful to see him on the holiday. And I was sitting there, and there was this beautiful waitress that came over, and she had to be all of 18 years old. And she was so sweet and kind and said, "Oh my goodness, you're Devin's grandma." And I introduced her to my friend, and it was just such a sweet moment. So I'm sitting on the deck, and I'm just taking in this wonderful atmosphere. And I meet a couple photographers there that are gonna photograph the fireworks. And here's this sweet little waitress, and I saw that she was just so innocent, and I thought about everything that she was going to go through. And she was so pretty, but I knew she didn't know how pretty she was. And I could relate to that at that age. And when I got home from my date, I realized I had had such a good time, but I never once thought, how do I look? How's my hair? Maybe I should go and check my makeup. Oh gosh, should I take my glasses off? Because if I do, maybe he'll notice I have bags under my eyes. There's none of that. My road to beautiful on that beautiful 4th of July night was happiness and feeling comfortable in my own skin and listening to my friend's stories of his life and not worrying about myself. Part of being a woman is to feel good about yourself and to feel confident and to feel beautiful. And the question is, did I feel beautiful as a young girl, as a child, or as an adolescent, a teenager? No, I did not feel pretty at all. There was no time for my mother or my grandfather to tell me I was a pretty little girl. It was sit up straight, tell the truth, eat your peas and carrots, and go to school, learn how to read, There was no time for, oh, you're such a pretty little girl. Now, I was given a pretty little dress at Easter to wear that I loved, or Christmas, but I never heard that growing up. Susie, you're such a pretty little girl. So therefore, when I looked in the mirror as I was growing up, I figured the reason they never said it to me was because I was very homely. And that's how I grew up, and that's how I felt. Well, when I got to be right around 16, 17 years old, I would be in a public place, and someone would say to me suddenly, "You're such a pretty girl." And I thought, really? Are they just saying that? What? I don't understand. Where is that coming from? Why would they say that to me? Do they feel sorry for me? Maybe if I just work at it a little bit, I can be attractive. Because other people are telling me I am. It didn't come from anything within or inside of me. And I had bigger hopes and dreams and aspirations than just being, a pretty feminine girl. But it still hurt my feelings that I didn't measure up. Forever they have been doing these surveys on what's the number one quality that men are looking for in a woman. And they always say a woman who is feminine and caring. Isn't that sweet? Well, women say the number one thing they're looking for in a man is masculinity and strength. A take charge kind of guy, that's attractive to a lot of women. So that's okay. The men want a feminine woman who is funny and caring and good at something. So men love femininity, and I have no idea what that means. But I do remember growing up where I was told, keep your voice down. That's not ladylike. Don't give your opinion in such a strong manner. That's not ladylike. That's not feminine. I do remember that. And I do remember feeling that I always had to put the man first, that's the way it would have to be. So perhaps I did look at life that way for a long time. The man is strong and the woman goes along. She's easygoing. She's feminine. Put your coat down over that puddle for me. But the truth is, I could never play that role. I have feminine traits. I have masculine traits. Doesn't everybody? But what I loved about my date the other night was that I wasn't thinking about being ladylike or feminine or keeping my voice down, or maybe he'll like me better if I act more like a girl. I didn't think of anything like that. I was just having a good time being me. Because my road to beautiful now isn't being some other person's version of a woman or a fake me. My road to beautiful begins and ends with me being comfortable in my own skin. Do I have to wear makeup to feel good about myself? Do I have to wear a lot of makeup to feel feminine and pretty? Is that part of the road to beautiful? And 3 years ago, I said, yeah. I wore makeup every day, and if I didn't wear it, I would feel naked and horrible about myself. So that's how I've always been. When I was 15 years old, I got a great big makeup kit for Christmas. It was 1970, and so many lipsticks and foundation. I loved it. The face makeup would cover up my blemishes, and the lipstick would plump my lips, and the eyeshadow was just so pretty. And it took me to a very, very happy place. When I buy new makeup, or even when I get my old makeup out, I'm happy. It's my happy little place of feeling like a teenager again. So it's a very, very personal thing makeup is to me. But right now, I live in the sweetest, most wonderful little town where the women don't wear makeup. I mean, they wear makeup to go out, to a special dinner at night or something like that. But when I run into the grocery store or when I go shopping at the mall here, the women don't have makeup on. The women in my family, when we get together, I'm the only one that has makeup on her face. So slowly I am changing my attitude about makeup, and I'm gravitating more towards just, a very light foundation on my face just to even me out just a little bit, and a little lipstick, mascara, just a tiny little bit of eyeshadow, and maybe find a few eyebrows. I always got in the habit of wearing makeup all the time. And if I didn't have makeup on, I felt terrible about myself. But next week, there is the coolest fair that's going to be here in my little city. And there's going to be livestock and rodeo and every type of little contest. And a queen will be crowned. And anyway, I can't wait to go. But I don't plan on wearing makeup there. The road to beautiful for me now has nothing to do with my face. And that's a huge thing for me to admit and to say. The road to beautiful for me now is to make a little bit of a difference in this world, to be healthy so I can be around to help my friends and family. The road to beautiful is standing up for what I believe. And the road to beautiful for me is being confident in who I am and having that confidence come from within, not because somebody told me I was okay. I want to feel okay because I know I am okay. And that's taken me a lifetime to be able to say that. 68 years of needing validation from other people. Some ladies are so afraid. They're going to lose their husbands and they don't know what their life is going to be like when they're alone. But I promise you, at first it'll be scary, but then you're going to be fine.
What in the world is throwing things at me from the trees? Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Whatever is up in those trees that are throwing things at me, I don't like it. But I kind of do. But I kind of don't. It's funny how time tempers a soul. When I think of beauty now, I don't think of myself or my face or my clothes. I think of life. I think of all the beauty that is surrounding me, this beautiful earth. Not every day is a good day. But every single day is an important day. And I never forget that.
I don't think there's a woman on earth that hasn't been on the road to beautiful for her entire life in one way or another. And at my age right now, I admit the road to beautiful has changed for me. It doesn't have anything to do with my physical beauty. It has everything to do with the life that I'm leading and my happiness and my joy and what I can do for others and the things that I can accomplish. I find the most attractive women that I meet are women that have a sense of urgency, a sense of now, a sense of let's get this done. And that's how I am, and that's how I feel. And I think that's very, very beautiful. It's the one thing, it's the one quality I have that I'm rather proud of is let's do everything yesterday. But I'm tired and I'm weary of wondering how people will think of my makeup or my face or my figure. I've grown a bit weary of that. I was doing my makeup the other day and I was playing with a new palette and I really liked how it turned out. And I took some pictures and I was going to upload them to Instagram so you could see, because I know we love makeup here. And then I stopped myself and I thought, I just can't. One more picture of me on Instagram? Does the world need this? No. And I just couldn't do it. It just seems so colossally stupid that this was my contribution for today. Another picture of me and my eyeshadow. It was cool though. I mean, I don't want to overthink this or get overly dramatic, but somebody asked me once, what are you willing to risk for beauty? And I said, nothing. I'm not going under to get a facelift, or I'm not even going to do Botox because I'm tired and I'm happy and my priorities have changed. And no amount of Botox is going to make me feel any better about the life that I lead. Because when I walk into a room, people are not looking at my wrinkles or my sagging jaw. They're taking in how I make them feel. They're taking in the details of who I am. And it's taken me so long on this road to beautiful to realize it wasn't what I thought at all. And I like that, because the road to beautiful has brought me to you.
You know, looking at this field today reminds me of life. It's not a competition, is it? It's just one long race. And we start out with nobody in our stands, except maybe mom and dad, and over the years we fill it up, don't we? And we keep running. And then we get to a certain age and our stands start to thin out. But we keep running. Right around the corner from my house is the public pool. And this is a wonderful place to take my grandchildren to learn how to swim. I'm not always crazy about the snow and ice, but I could never leave Michigan. It's just too beautiful.
Everybody, thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We loved every second of it. And if you get time down below, could you share something that maybe you've experienced on your road to beautiful? And I got a comment last week asking if Desi could be in the video a little bit more. So we're working on that. He's temperamental. I love you to bits. Please have yourself a wonderful, happy, safe, brand new week. And when you're done with your week, you come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right. It's a deal. We'll be here.
I can't believe how quickly my life changed. I had no idea that all this beauty just was an hour away north from where I was. I live in this beautiful place. People say to me, you live in Mayberry where Andy and Barney are. That's just fine by me.
Is how you feel about yourself and how you look, has that changed?